Help me with Draymond Green, with his approach to the game, competitiveness. Was this on display at Michigan State?
You know, Dan, he's always been a very passionate guy, you know, and, let's face it, we all, you and me included, because I know both of us, get to the point where you're always getting right up to that line. I think guys that are great coaches, and I think I've gone through a lot of great coaches and dealt with some here in our state, like back when I was growing up, Bo Schembechler, you know, did he cross the line? Did Woody Hayes cross the line, you know? And we are in a different era right now. I think that's the hardest part, you know, is everybody's trying to adjust to the new era. And I think Draymond, I'd take 100 Draymonds, you know. I'd rather coach him down a little bit on his passion and enthusiasm and will to win than trying to coach him up to that. But we all do got to find that fine line and learn how to walk it, and that's kind of what he'll do. He's really a smart kid, believe it or not, a really smart kid.
Yeah, but we can look at one man's passion or competitiveness is another man's dirtiness. And there's a fine line in what we see with Draymond Green.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. You know, I look at the only series was, of course, the Oklahoma City. And, you know, I mean, I watched 1,000 videos on Draymond. You know, he does kick his legs. It's been well documented, but was it on purpose or not? You know, personally, I would doubt it. I never saw that part of him. We all do some dumb things if he did in the moment of competition, but I don't look at him as a dirty player. Never have felt he was a dirty player, and in fact, if you get to know him, an incredible guy.
I love the passion. I love the way he plays. I think he's the team MVP. I just think that he got himself in this position where you left it to somebody else to decide your fate for a game, and that's a big mistake on his part. You know, he can't get get to that point.
Yeah, that's a fair statement. I think he hurt himself in the Houston game when it had nothing to do with that last second, you know, and I don't even know if that was. I think they were intentionally trying to foul and you know, and it got carried away, so now you get something against you, a technical or a flagrant against you. But, you know, there's very few sports. That's one thing hard about basketball. There's very few sports. In football, you can hold 50 times and you get penalties, but you don't get ejected. In other games, same way. In basketball, you know, we got the 5 or 6 fouls, depending whether you're in college or pro, and it affects you. And in this case, they have a rule that you know, what he did 4 series ago affects this one. And, you know, I get it. I get the fact that accumulation sometimes, but, boy, when you're playing in the finals, that's tough to swallow. And yet you could argue and say, well, he should have been more on top of it. I didn't think the last thing was as warranted as other things if you looked at it. But then again, I think he's going to grow from this, learn from this, and I think we all learned how valuable he is to that team. You know, there's not many guys that can do as many things as he does. I mean, he doesn't shoot like Curry, he doesn't rebound like Rodman, he doesn't, you know, do this like this guy, he doesn't, you know, pass like Magic, but he can do all those things so well. And I think last night you saw where defensively in his communication, he can help 4 other guys become better than they maybe really are on the defensive end. And I think offensively, he's got a tremendous basketball IQ, and everybody looks at it as an offensive thing, and I look at it as a defensive thing.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.